How can you recognize true Guru in your life? The best thing is you never have to recognize. It's not something you can recognize. When you sit in front of your true Guru, I always say, you will melt, just like butter melts on hot plate. Just like butter melts in front of fire. You will melt, you will experience an emotion which won't be lust, which won't even be love, which won't be craving, an emotion you would not be able to put your words on. Then you know, I am in front of my Guru. Well, there are teachers and there are preachers and then there are gurus. There are three different classes. There are many who chant all sorts of stuff thinking we have a guru, but the guru is anything but that. I always say, why label the relationships? Why do you want to be my disciple? What will you gain by doing that? If you see me as a guru, it's your bigness. Because I'm just a simple sadhu in a complex world. Gopis never labeled any relationship with Krishna. They didn't say, we are your wives, we are your friends, we are your admirers, we are your lovers. No, we are just gopis. We think about you, we chant your names, and we only live for you. And they got the closest to Krishna. Even Rukmini wasn't in that Maharas that Krishna did, because she, even though she wasn't married at that time, but she always craved for a label. So I always say that you should test me thoroughly. Put me on a weighing scale and be absolutely certain that you know what you're talking about. Because I am tested every day, by the way. Even here, you came, if I, for example, wasn't feeling well, or if I couldn't speak, you'll say that was a waste of time. Right? So I'm tested every day. So I encourage you to verify my words first, and then take it on. And if my fire is real, you will melt automatically, regardless of whether we assign a label or not. Now, how to eliminate all doubts about Guru? There's only one way: surrender. You can't think about the acts of Guru and eliminate all doubts. There's a story I gave, narrated a long time ago, and it's about none other but Adi Guru. He said to his disciples, there were about 12 of them, he said, listen, don't do what I'm doing, okay? Do what I'm saying. Not exactly the model that works between a parent and a child, but, but it's this way between a guru and disciple. They said, okay. So he took them on a pilgrimage. On the way, Shankaracharya saw he said, I'm really hungry. And there was a place where they served meat. And Shankaracharya said, today I'd like to dine here. But they said, what are you saying? They also serve meat here. This place is not pure. He said, no, I'm dining here. He had a meal there, and two of his disciples thought, well, he's having it, so we may as well have it as well. We are hungry too. So they went ahead and had a meal themselves. Shankaracharya didn't say anything, simply made a note. And went further. About an hour later, there was a place where they were serving alcohol. And Adi Guru said, today I'd like to just sit here and have a drink. And the disciples said, well, all of you thought he said alcoholic drink. I didn't say that. Some of you started laughing. So the disciples said, well, this place is so impure. What's wrong with you, Guruji? Today you are stopping at all the wrong places. He said, well, I've got to have a drink. I'm thirsty. So he sits down and he's having a drink, and four of them say, well, we are also thirsty. So if this place is not impure for him, it's not impure for us either. So they had a drink as well. I think they had a mocktail, but anyway. So they went a bit further, and there was a house of a courtesan. There was a prostitute who lived here, and Shankaracharya said, "It's evening already. I would like to spend the night here, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning." And they said, "Guruji, what are you saying? There is a temple just 2 miles from here." He said, "This is also a temple. I'm staying here." And 2 more disciples said, "Well, we may as well make hay while the sun shines." So they also stayed there. And in the morning, they all start to move forward. And a bit, later, there was a man. He was making glass bottles, and the glass was melting. And Adi Guru went to that man, approached him, and with the bowl in his hand, he just extended his arm in the copper that was made from wood and said, "Will you pour some melting glass in this bowl of mine?" He said, "Maharaji, this is wood. It'll burn. In no time, it'll land straight on your hand." He said, "Will you please do what I'm telling you to do?" And he says, "Okay." He pours. Nothing happens to the bowl. And then Adi Guru takes and drinks it all. And the 8 disciples who had faltered now are looking and blinking. Nobody's saying, "I would like to have some too." So they were suddenly shocked, and Adi Guru said, "Well, I told you, don't do what I'm doing, do what I'm saying. You don't know at what level I operate." So as the story goes, he let go of those 8 disciples, and the 4 who were left were the ones who were given the 4 pitams in the 4 parts of India. This story was told to me by my guru, a Naga saint.